Hello and welcome to C&M Naturopathic Nutrition Year 1. Today's lecture is Energetics and Nutrition. My name is Ed Berger and I'll be taking you through the material today. Let's get started. So, in this lecture, we're going to cover the following learning outcomes. The first area we're going to look at is the energetic qualities, these broad energetic characteristics that we find in health and disease and the environment. We're going to be looking at energetic imbalance, how these different energetic qualities can become deficient or excessive in the system, and these excesses are what lead to characteristic patterns of ill health. We're going to look at energetic differentiation. This is a fascinating contribution of energetics where we can see how different energetic features can show in different diseases, and it can just adjust the way we approach these clients. Yin-yang you will all have heard of, but we're going to show how yin and yang fits in with this energetic model perfectly and show how you can use the yin-yang symbol to sort of explain a lot of these energetic concepts that we're exploring. The next section is always interesting, life stages and the seasons, looking at how the different energetic qualities change over the course of a lifetime and change over the course of the day and change over the course of the year with the seasons and all the different energetic qualities that come with the summer and the spring and the winter and so on. An important area that we'll look at is energetic constitution. This is something that's key to all traditional systems of medicine, that we're born with a certain energetic balance within our system, which gives us characteristic patterns of imbalance in our lives. If we can understand our patients' constitutions, we can better understand the good ways to treat them and keep their systems healthy. And then finally, we're going to be ending looking at some more specialist areas of Chinese medicine food energetics, when we look at the different directions of food, the different effects of different flavors of food on energetics, and look at the different organ affinities, which means certain types of foods can have particular affinity for supporting the health of different systems of the body. The point to note for this slide is historically people would follow their instincts about what to eat. Often that was about eating seasonal food, but it's also more than that. People in the past had a much better understanding of what their body needed at different times, and the sort of foods that could be used therapeutically. If we look to the animal world, we see this. Animals eat as much food as they need, they eat the food that's good for them, and most animal species have certain plants or foods that they'll tend towards when they're sick, but they eat the food that's good for them. The same is true of babies. Babies demand a very simple diet. They demand the food that's good for them, and they demand just as much as is good for them. I mean, obviously this can sometimes vary slightly, as we'll talk about later. We come into the world with a different constitution, so some babies will demand more food. Naturally, some babies will demand less food, but they always do what's right for them. So as we grow up, we tend to get spoilt. You know, our diets in the modern world are very unnatural. We've got added sugars, so many denatured foods, poisons in the air, poisons in the water. And this imbalances our system. And we mustn't forget the powerful influence of food advertising on the sort of foods we decide to eat from a very, very, very young age. So gradually our natural instincts that we have as babies are replaced by addictions to the wrong sorts of foods. Really, we need to learn how to eat again. And the best way to do that is to look back to the traditional energetic systems, where very sophisticated but simple systems were developed to help us understand what's good for us depending on our constitution, what's good for us depending on the time of the year and the different conditions we have. It's a very intuitive system, it's a slightly different way of thinking, but it's a great way to learn what to eat again.